Hi and welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about the cousin of Elizabeth I, Mary, Queen of Scots. Are you ready? Let's go. First of all, let's look at some of the difficult words you will hear. Listen to the definitions and then try to match the word to its meaning. To form an alliance means to join together or to cooperate. To be betrothed means to be engaged or to make a promise to marry someone. If the tide turns, it means the situation changes and becomes the opposite. If the tide turns against you, it means people no longer support you. To abdicate means to give up the throne. Usually, a king or queen stays on the throne until they die. However, in some unusual circumstances, they may stop being king or queen in their lifetime and pass on the throne to their heir. To depose someone means to remove them from power. Treason is a crime where you put your own country in danger. You may wish to pause the video here while you match the word to their definition. And here come the answers. Listen carefully to the information and try to answer the questions. Mary Stuart became Queen of Scotland at the age of just 6 days old. The Stuart family were Catholic, and it was felt that an alliance with Catholic France would provide good protection against Protestant England. Therefore, at the age of 6, Mary was betrothed to the French king's eldest son, and she was sent to live in the French court. She married him 10 years later, and the following year he inherited the French throne, making her Queen of both Scotland and France. When her husband died only a few years later, Mary returned to Scotland. Scotland had become a Protestant country while she was away, and so it was felt that marriage to a Protestant would be desirable. She married Henry, Lord Darnley, and they had a son, James, who would later become King of Scotland and England. Lord Darnley died in mysterious circumstances, and people believed that Mary had been involved. When she married again 3 months later, the tide really turned against her. She was imprisoned and forced to abdicate, with the throne going to her son, aged 1. Mary escaped from prison and fled to England, hoping that her cousin Elizabeth would protect her. Unfortunately, Mary's existence was a threat to Elizabeth, as there were those who would have liked to depose Elizabeth and install the Catholic Mary on the throne in her place. Instead of being given shelter, Mary was imprisoned in England for the next 19 years. Elizabeth was encouraged to have her executed, but she resisted. Eventually, though, she was left with no choice, as there were so many plots aiming to replace her with Mary. And in 1587, Mary was executed for treason by beheading. And here come the answers to the questions. And here comes a summary of those main points. Mary, Queen of Scots, became queen at 6 days old. She was engaged to the French king's eldest son. She lived in France from the age of 6, and she became Queen of France. She returned to Scotland when her husband died. She married Lord Darnley, and they had a son, James. Darnley was murdered, and people suspected Mary. She gave the throne to James and escaped to England. She was imprisoned in England for nearly 20 years. She was executed for treason. I hope you found that useful. You may wish to watch again, but if you feel confident, look out for the next video where we will be talking about James VI and I. I look forward to welcoming you back very soon.